Candle quality.
Well, I don't think too many people are concerned with how I really look in the dark. What's going on, guys? It's Monday night, the second round of the kill. It's Monday. I had to check my calendar at work today because I still didn't even know. We're going to continue with the Merlot train this evening. Last night, which we do have in our cups, is we had the decoy. Here we go for YouTube on the right side, Instagram on the left side. The decoy 2017 that we got from Tutu's Market down in Lafayette. That was our last night's selection. So we're sipping a little bit of it right now. We have a little candlelight tonight to see, a little bit more color, but we don't want to use the white paper so that we, do the 100% proper wine technique. This is more relaxed. But as you can tell today, a day after being open, the alcohol is gone.
Oh my God.
We do have Medea family reunion going on in the background. And that's just one of our house favorites. Honestly, I wish I drank the decoy all in one sitting. I liked it better the first day. To me, it's a lot more subdued. I'm not getting as much of the fruit jammy flavors that I got yesterday. But nonetheless, we do a glass apiece of one, a glass apiece of the other, then we keep moving on the next day and we overlap. Pretty solid. The structure seems to have gone quick with a decoy after a day. Still palatable, but more like a red table wine. The cool part, the Merlot that we're going to do tonight, we have Markham Vineyards. There we go. YouTube, Markham. Pretty solid. Drive up that one main road all the way through all the vineyards. This is just a little bit south, so you can stop on both and do a tour of both, a taste, and go to the wine clubs of both. Nonetheless, we'll get two new glasses going here. I did just get off work at Sauce Barbecue and Spirits, so I have a little bit of brisket in my stomach still, hence the burping. So this Merlot, right afterwards, obviously it's not decanted. It seems in this light, in this candlelight, has a more purple color. It seems more purple than the decoy, a little bit deeper almost. So this is going to be quite interesting to compare. A year difference, how are they aged, blah, blah, blah. We can talk about it. I'd rather just go at it and have a little bit of a flow. Nice. Shout out to DJ MPA, hopefully that he watches tonight. Maxwell Folk, thank you for coming into work and supporting your own restaurant that you work at. It was good to see you guys this evening and your girlfriend. It gets really weird by yourself doing a couple $1,000s of to-go orders. We did have Nikki there, which is cool. I get to talk to her and talk her ear off. So Markham, here we go. Alexis, switch it up. You can drink the other one there. This is kind of bougie almost, switching out wines like this. Right off the bat, compared to the decoy, I'm getting more red fruit characteristics than that jammy blue. I get more like a black cherry.
Hay.
You get hay?
Also stuffy.
Yeah, allergies really aren't helping with drinking too much wine. And I guess all the people that really aren't working are drinking a lot more than we are, judging by talking to them. Definitely, it has a very look at the legs on that. Can anybody see those legs? Yeah, heavy duty, high alcohol. This is definitely going to be in the upper 14s. I would let this breathe. I would swirl this for a minute. We do have where's the puppy? See, there's little Loki there. Good shit.
This looks like I'm petting my boy.
I guess we might as well drink it to really start tasting it. My snack choice tonight for anybody who's here, we the pickled asparagus. About 25 to 35% vinegar, the rest water. You can do salt, pepper, garlic, whatever spices you want. Definitely a much different odor. I definitely get more of a. I can kind of see where you're coming in with the hay. 100% Merlot. I don't think it's a field blend by any means, which means everybody's picking all the grapes together, blending them together at the same time, but it's based off the vineyards. I think that's more of an old school technique. Obviously, this has a little bit of cab in it. What else was it? I think there's 4 grapes. I can't either. I didn't learn done good. There are a couple of different grapes in here. You are welcome to read it. You don't want to touch it. But yeah, I think there's 4 different types of grapes. I think the next primary one's going to be Cabernet in the Markham Merlot. Cool part with Markham was actually one of the, I don't know, is it the oldest companies in the Napa Valley area? I believe there was a French Bordeaux winemaker who came over in the 1870s, started some of the first vineyards in Napa Valley. And then later on in the mid-1900s, Mr. Markham, kind of created a brand that's known as some of the best wine in Napa Valley through and through. I get more leather with this. Blend grapes, a lot of blending. It's an art and it's a science. A lot of it's the winemaker's vision. And each year you're going to have new conditions in which these wine grapes grow, which means recipes each year, whether you're going to try to make the same style of Merlot, it's probably going to have a couple, different percentages of a grape one year versus the next year, depending on the taste. A lot of these blends are not blending off the nose. When you're blending off the nose, you're going to get a lot of yeast aromatics. This is going to rely more on the winemaker's taste, their experience level. So I'm always a fan of, blending grapes, even though you have a primary grape. But this does have a lot of a Bordeaux influence, I think, in it throughout the history of the vineyard. I'd say people shouldn't be afraid to blend wines. This is Markham. I didn't pick this up at 22's in Lafayette. I'm not going to tell you where I picked it up, but I will tell you it is available locally almost everywhere. Markham is very popular, I know, in South Florida, where we're from originally. You can find Markham. A lot of the bottles, they aren't stored properly in places like Publix, and you'll get some dry corks. I haven't really had that problem in California. Cool.
I came here searching for gold.
You only came here searching for gold? I mean, I guess a lot of people did that back in Cali back in the day.
Jean Laurent from Bordeaux. He came to California in 1852 to seek gold, but instead found his first winery.
I thought it was in the 1870s.
No, 1852. But he built the winery in 1874.
The alcohol is still high. I mean, obviously, this is only 9.5 minutes in.
I think
I get a little dash.
one of the wineries that says it's haunted or something. I don't know.
Oh, most definitely I'll go there.
That shit, so I looked up top haunted wineries.
I do love that. Markham. Obviously, I know I have my Cuvée hat on. Michelle, I love you. If you ever see this video, we do love you. There's a 1985 bottle of Merlot that I really want to get. Right now in this situation, I can find plenty of wines that aren't $400. But my birthday is June 27th. I will do whatever you need. I manage restaurants. I create menus. She does all the good stuff if you want to get advertised online. So you can use her a little bit too. Nonetheless, wine drinking. I'd say that the Markham has more tannins to me. I feel like it's a more tannic wine. I think somebody just gave me an answer. It doesn't matter if you disagree. Anybody on YouTube? Actually, nobody's following us live. I want everybody to know that. The only person following live is her. Obviously, this is the very beginning. I ordered pens today. But a lot of the whole purpose, I even keep a little notebook. I like to write things down in a notebook when it comes to wines. Just like I used to do with cocktails and spirits. Which I'm glad to see some of the bartenders at Sauce. Yeah, used to have many notebooks.
No, it says it paired with a mushroom risotto, and it made me want a mushroom risotto.
We have risotto and we have mushrooms, but it is 10 o'clock. Nonetheless, we are still talking about wines. Wines. Which glass is which? I can tell by the nose. He's going to look up more stuff. You can easily tell the difference in the nose. Oh, yeah, I hate that noise. I feel so bad for that dude. Eventually, Wu-Tang's going to be on, music-wise. It's crazy. Just the jaminess of one to more of the prefer whatever it is I like better. We're going to go with that sort of terminology. So after a glass of wine on a late day of 13 hours of working, I can't speak. I would probably go a little bit more grassy, lamb style, basic burgers with the Markham. But that could really lead you to some very intriguing ingredients for something like the decoy, to where you could blend the Markham with more of a griller's palate or a more encompassing menu. Markham more tannic. If I get anything out of it, I'll be 35. But I've had friends pass away a lot recently over the last 2 to 3 years. So I feel gracious that I'm this old. Maybe I should take off my glasses. I'll shave and get my baby face back. But how are you guys doing out there? What are you guys drinking? What do you guys drink during this quarantine situation? Has anybody joined new wine clubs? They won't. But pickled asparagus, I guess actually I really like pickled asparagus, and to me it goes great with. All right, I'll switch that back and do a dash of decoy. Wow, the Markham is a deeper color. Definitely drier in the mouth, higher alcohol Markham. Markham would probably last better over a day than I think the decoy would. You know what I want? Old Bay chips. Old Bay. If anybody's from Maryland, crabs, blue crabs. You guys, they're from California. You should go there to try out crabs. Some great fishermen out there that they don't need decanted overall, but most of the time in my restaurant lifestyle at saucebarbecueandspirits.com, bing. Hers that she helps out at Tutu's down in Lafayette. It's hard to decant and sit there for an hour after you get home when you have things to do like laundry. Play with the dogs. Play with their dog's balls.
No, don't do that. I'm sleeping.
Secret? Loki. Yeah, you look great when you get that ball in the dark. It's pretty cool. Loki's never sleeping. But nonetheless.
Thank you.
I think we're about to conclude this wonderful evening. We don't know how these are going to progress if we talk about more subjects and make more of a conversation piece out of it. But you guys need to enjoy wine and enjoy these times, and don't worry about having the most expensive bottle. You know, I think $20 to $25 a bottle is perfectly fine. Yeah, a lot of it, you know, you go buy expensive bottles, you buy cheap bottles. One of my favorite bottles I've had recently was actually a Chardonnay from Argentina, which is much different. When you really start to drink more wines, it doesn't necessarily mean get drunk and drink full bottles, but a glass here, a glass there. It really makes it a great communal a setting for people to share things where you can experience more and start to understand the soil qualities. There's another brand that I'm going to bring up eventually that has a great website that explains soils, you know, all the ins and outs of winemaking. Their bottles aren't cheap. That's fair enough. So many. But nonetheless, in the last 2 days, we did Decoy Merlot. You're going to notice it's going to be a little bit later in alcohol. I decant for about an hour. I get a lot more blueberry, blue fruit, jammy fruits in this one. A little bit less tannic. I get more of a vanilla flavor with this. I do get it with the Markham. The Markham would be a little bit more tannic. I do think overall it's going to be a little bit drier, probably due to just how they blend things. They do have a little bit of a spice in there. I guess, I read cassis. A lot of it, the terminology that for wine, you have to make up on your own. I'd rather you say it tastes like shit and piss and all these things that you recognize than make something up and use a term that you don't recognize. So how I relate things is going to be completely different to how somebody else relates things. I can't believe that I sound terrible. But it's good. So develop your own terminology. Be like, I love this shit. Be like, oh shit, I really like this wine. Doesn't matter what other people say. Doesn't matter if she snorts boogers on you.
No, I just saw this fucking me. It's hilarious.
I mean, oh yeah, with Asians, don't blame Chinese people.
Oh my god,
for anything.
That's
I had somebody bring that up at work today that was picking up a to-go order. Do you think it's the Chinese people's fault?
No.
No. If anything, maybe the government, but not the people. I mean, I don't know. This is the point where you drink good wine. Decoy, Markham, Cuvée song. Go see Michelle if you ever can again. 1985 Merlot. I'm gonna get that bottle by June 27th. I'm gonna beg you for it. I don't care what I have to do. I will work there for free. 10-year vineyards. Doesn't matter. Markham, we do plan on coming there. I haven't been there yet. The Duckhorn Vineyards, we have been there. We've been to a lot of different places. It's going to take me a couple more years to get through all of you guys. And I haven't even started to get in other countries yet. I'm starting to get in the French wines, but man, I need to learn a whole new language. Nonetheless, if you guys want to talk about any wines or get on live face, take off a little bit, who knows?
Once I actually get into it.
You?
We just have to do it earlier.
Earlier? I work in a restaurant. We're going to start doing wine reviews at the restaurant. Not while working. Unless it's just sampling and doing a taste test with your beverage director. These aren't real crystal. Or are they restaurant crystal, the cheap one?
That Vasco.
I broke every good wine glass I ever bought.
From the restaurant.
Where are these from?
These are just ones my dad got from someone for buying too much wine.
All I know is don't buy $200 wine glasses unless you have them in a secured case away from other people that drink. Get good wine glasses, just not great ones. Polishing rats. I'll tell you, it's just so amazing how they taste different. The smell. Decoy has more of a nose. Have you guys paid attention to which wine I am drinking? Can you guys even see the glasses when I put them down? Oh. I'm officially going to probably make my own t-shirt that says, "No shit wine club, only member." No. Number 2. He's going to get a collar because you can't see him. You see his nose? You see? Oh, I poked it. Look at that. That's like.
He sticks his tongue out.
If I were to get a DUI, I would. Yeah. What noise is that out there, boys? That note? I think
There's
that'll.
some idiots playing outside in the street today in the park forever. Is that same freaking woman that took pictures of the plants?
I mean, people are getting bored. I get it. Guys, in all of this, it'll be over soon. Take care of each other.
Soon. Just got extended.
Just keep saying that. All right, we're gonna go back to watching Medea. I'm gonna go to bed, listen to some Wu-Tang. I ordered Ritz's new book, so hopefully that comes in soon.
Who?
There's a dude that wrote a book in Tang that I have to read.
I was looking at houses in Texas and South Carolina. I feel like half of what we paid this house for,
Not even.
you can get.
Twice the size. With acreage.
With a pool,
I know.
away from people.
It's crazy. Too bad we didn't have more good soil in some of those areas.
I don't know where I want to live.
I'm not going to comment on where I'd want to live while on camera.
I don't know.
Because I'm very opinionated.
Before I moved to Florida, I was going to move to Austin, Texas. But it was too hard in that financial situation. Now I could because I can work anywhere. It's just your job.
Somebody in Napa, please give me a job so I can just live in Napa. I'm going to ship her wherever she wants and she'll come fly and drink wine with her.
Ship me. If we're going to live separate, I'm just going to rent a tiny condo on the beach somewhere.
All right, cool. Obviously, we've had a glass and a half of wine apiece. I'm getting tired. I have to be up at 8 o'clock to go back to the old barbecue spot. But I do check out saucebarbecueandspirits.com. We do have packages going on right now. We are excited to open up back in June. Definitely miss talking to everybody, bartending for people, when they need it. Missing the bartenders, the servers, the bussers, everybody. Table touching and doing all that managerial stuff. P&Ls. I guess we're still doing things like that. Operationals. But yeah, guys, keep supporting your local community. These vineyards are a major tourism business in California as well, which holds all your domestic product in the United States. So, it is a state that we need to make sure gets going. Or else we're going to get all crappy avocados from Mexico. No offense, Mexico. But, all right. Guys, thank you. Anything you want us to drink that's wine related, let us know. We won't show you her double IPA she has off camera. That's cool.
Oh my god, I thought that was a fucking blunt for a second. I was like, when did you roll that?
We don't do that. All right. How do we end that YouTube?
End stream. I'll do it.
I don't want to touch dirty computers. Clean